God for a powerful dialogue with a dear sister, man. I'm not sure where where dear sister is from and everything, but I would say, man, people run around with information and thinking it's knowledge. So I'm just gonna break this whole thing down to the lowest common denominator. Information is things that you get informed on or with. It could be from a news, it could be from someone telling you a particular thing, whatever it may be. But that's not knowledge, excuse me. It's not until you actually take the information and what someone informed you about and you cultivate that and put that into effect, then that turns into knowledge, because knowledge is nothing more but than the tool in which you previously had. And then you put that into effect. You birth things into reality based on something that your mind was fed with. You see, like most of the things what I speak about, it is not nothing that I'm informed of. I really speak about life experiences and everything that led me to a point for me to actually know. The key word of knowledge is know. You get what I'm saying? And it's not until I actually reached the experience upon my spiritual journey, as you can say, and I realized that this like brother 19 Keys, he said that knowledge is not powerful, but he said execution with knowledge, that is powerful. So I said to myself, like, damn, it's not until you actually have experience within something that you already have within. You get what I'm saying? So I'm not a know-it-all, brothers and sisters, though, but I really speak about things that I really went through. You get what I'm saying? And man, I always just keep thinking about that dialogue though, man, cause sister, she just beautifully just articulate through that whole dialogue, man. She was really dropping like some cold-blooded gems, man. I'm like, oh, she was going there. I'm being completely honest with you though, man. But I'm gonna see who's gonna tap back in though, man. Before I go any further, with my my video and everything. Peace, love, life, solidarity upon your journey. I was breaking it down also today, sister, about how the simple fact is that what I'm speaking about is knowledge versus information and everything, and how, once you put that information and how you cultivate that, put that into effect, then that turns into knowledge because you actually have experience within. Someone gave you information in which, you could say you got informed of or about. It's not until you actually put that shit into effect, man. Something that I realized. It's not until I actually got on stage. It's not until I actually break things down to people from things that I was taught or what I learned and everything. Then boom, that's turned into experience and everything. And it's certain thing about, excuse me, and it's something about once you gain that knowledge, man, you never lose it. Once you actually do a particular thing, you will never ever forget it. Because it's already storage within your subconscious brain, which I call the museum. Everything is a museum. Your spirit is a museum. Your spirit is really a museum because it's collecting the frequencies and etc. from a particular environment or a particular thing in which you have previously went through in your past life or this life. The past is related to today, which is the present. You get what I'm saying? And like I could take it all the way back to how I actually gained the knowledge of myself. It's not until when I reached a point in my life where I actually thought about taking my life away. The reason why I thought about taking my life away is because I was going to a high school and everything, and I had people constantly beating down on my self-esteem. I had people constantly telling me I'm not this, I'm not that, look at you. You get what I'm saying? So the internal system built all of that things up, all of that negativity and everything, and I just looked myself in the mirror and had so many thoughts going through my mind. But when I say it was a spirit that resolved within me for me not to actually take my life, at that point I realized what kind of superpower that I have within. And that particular superpower in which I'm just now stating everything, that is me just overcoming anything. I can overcome anything. And I realized at my lowest point, it's the spirit that resolved within me is for that shit to start to activate, man. Things are always activated in the darkness. You get what I'm saying? It's your spirit that activate within, because your spirit, man, that shit is the loudest voice. Your physical mouth is not the loudest voice. Your spirit is the loudest voice, because we nothing but the spirit, because we're not of this physical body. You get what I'm saying though, man? Something I realized in my life, man. And yeah, but how I just break down stories and everything, and I realize how people, once you give them something, or once they have been taught something, or once they have been informed on something, they think that's knowledge. You can take all the information or whatever it may be, you could storage that within your museum, which is called your subconscious brain, but it's not until you actually cultivate that and put that shit into effect, and then you have experience with that. And one thing about experience also I would add on to what I'm saying is that experience really, it actually pours within you, or you actually soak something within your experience in which it's occurring. It's the energy and everything that could be due to, like, all environments consist within energy, frequencies, etc. You get what I'm saying? And it's like you could be in a positive environment or a negative environment. When you talk about negative value, you gotta talk about something that doesn't bring no value into your life. Or it could be in a positive environment that bring value into your life. You get what I'm saying? And one thing about environments also, it has to do with the people that's within the environment also. If you're being around with someone who smoke weed, okay, worship materialism, worshiping about exploitation on black women, etc., you're going to start having that psychology. You're going to start having them same kind of perception. You're going to start having that same kind of language. You get what I'm saying? So the environment plays a major role in your life. You get what I'm saying? Not only does your environment, just like the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan himself, he said your environment, he said be careful about what environment you put yourself in, because whatever good that you have within you, your environment will destroy that shit, turn you inside out. And you look at most people and you say to yourself like, damn, man, I remember when that person, man, he was this or she was that, man, everything was good, I don't know what happened. It's the environment, man. You get what I'm saying?